Hi, everybody, and welcome back. My name's Melissa, and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. So one of my tips is to add beans or lentil to meat to kind of stretch your meat, and they complement each other, so it's great. So I am going to show you how I can essentially practically cut the cost of my meat in half, because I made these beans for like 17 cents. So a pound of beans is 17 cents, which, I mean, it's virtually free in comparison. I mean, if you're putting a $5 ground beef with 17 cents worth of beans and divided by 2, that's like 260 versus 250. So, huge savings. So one of the things I like to do is mix either ground turkey or ground beef with, I brown it and then I mix it with the beans and the tomato paste. If it's anything more than, if it's got more than 10% fat, which my 85/15 does, I will remove some of the fat just because it's a texture thing for me. But I mean, if you prefer it, then feel free to keep it. But it's the beans, the meat, tomato paste, and bouillon cubes, and some water. And then I really like to throw it over pasta. So let's get started. Okay, so first things first, I have 1 pound, 4 ounces, 1 pound, 4.2 ounces. So about 1¼ pounds here of ground beef that I'm going to brown up. Also, as long as your meat is within date, sometimes it'll get a little brown on the outside, beef in specific, and it just has to do with the oxygen, so it's still safe to eat most of the time. You just kind of have to know like what it's supposed to smell like and all. Okay, so you can see the beef is done here. I'm going to just turn off the heat for now, and I'm going to go ahead and drain some of this fat. Normally I have something to drain it into. However, my jar is full, so I am going to do the dip the paper towel method in, which is like super wasteful, and I don't normally do because I don't like wasting paper towels. But okay, so next I've gotten most of the fat drained out. I'm going to turn the oven, or not the oven, the stove back on. And then I'm going to start adding in tomato paste and letting it coat the meat. Okay, so now it's pretty coated. I'm going to want to add some water so that it can mix thoroughly. And the bouillon can also get in there. So I'm actually going to use the can, and then it gets all the tomato paste that's kind of stuck on the side out. And I want about a cup to cup and a half, about a cup per pound. This is 6 ounces, so you figure 18 ounces for 1¼ pounds makes sense to me. Okay, so you can see it starting to steam. I have 15.4 ounces of beans. I was trying to go for even, but I don't add the water. And then I just kind of want to mix them in. And as the sauce reduces, all the tomato flavor and the beef flavor from the bouillon will start to also stick to the beans. So it'll be a very earthy kind of a rustic flavor, and you'll be able to taste all the different flavors thoroughly incorporated. Now, at this point, you can choose to add more vegetables and have it be heartier. You could add some root vegetables like parsnips or even carrots to make it really hearty. I honestly just let it uh, thicken up a little bit more. And you can see, let's see if I can get this nice and centered in the camera so I can zoom in nicely. But you can see the different beans and the beef and how it's just a really hearty topping. And I normally I cook pasta and just like use half or so jar of sauce so that it doesn't stick together, and then I can pull out a serving of pasta and throw this on top. It's got a little bit of extra sauce to it, so it will it'll help to like kind of finish it off if I need sauce. But what I am going to do actually is I'm going to let this cool down, and then I am going to cook some pasta, and I'm actually going to create some freezer meals that I can just pull and warm up and eat when I'm in a rush, because I really feel like this summer the garden is going to take more. So let that cool. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see. It's a ton of food. Here, let me adjust the camera a little bit. Don't mind my messy kitchen. I haven't cleaned up yet. I figured I might as well, if I'm going to eat this much food, eat it while it's hot. This is a huge amount of food for me. It is, give me a second, I'll look. Okay, so I computed out how much everything weighed and how much it all cost. So divided it into 8 servings, which is a lot for me. It's 6.9 ounces of the pasta and marinara, which is 225 calories, which is about a serving. 5.4 ounces of the meat and bean sauce, which is 195 calories. And then just the 2 teaspoons of Parmesan for 20 calories. So the entire meal is 440 calories for me. I feel like this is a lot of food. I normally have about 5 ounces of pasta, and the sauce I normally would have like 3 to 4 ounces. So significantly more than usual for me, but I wanted to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. So the entire meal, let me grab my other one. Okay, so the entire thing, the meat sauce cost $3.82 in all, so that's 48 cents a serving for 8 servings. The pasta and marinara, I calculated the marinara sauce at like $1.67, though lately I've been getting it for $1. And obviously, if you get it from your garden, even cheaper. Same with like other ingredients. And the pasta was $1 a box, so that's 26 cents, and then 4 cents for the Parmesan. So total cost all in is 78 cents a portion, and that's a really sizable portion. So definitely can stretch it. And then again, I did only pay $1.98 a pound for the ground beef, but this is a huge meal for less than $1. And with today's prices, I mean, where are you going to get it for $1? And if you were to get like a TV dinner, then that would actually be, you look at the healthy choice and like, it's only 300 calories. Well, it's because it's significantly less food. So really, I mean, if you can feed your family for $1 a portion, and beans are very, they actually go really well with the meat sauce. And I mean, like, think like minestrone has beans. Lots of your Italian soups have beans in them, actually. So this is the meat sauce, the meat and bean sauce. It's super simple to make, super yummy. And I highly recommend it. Throw it with some pasta. You could also throw it over like roasted potatoes. That would probably be really good. Maybe I'll try that. Anyways, I'm also going to try and see if I can freeze it into individual portions, and I'll let you know how that turns out as well. Anyways, again, my name's Melissa. This year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. I'm also going to be sharing some frugal recipes along the way. If you want to hear more, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.